Biscuits And Blurays podcast. We watch Blu-rays and we take the biscuit. I'm your host James, joined by my co-host Jade. Say hello.
Hello.
We are Halloween now.
We are Halloween.
We Halloween. It's a spooky dooky time of the season.
It is indeed, and I've had to get James into the spooky dooky mood because he wasn't feeling it.
Well, here's the thing. We went to a fancy dress party yesterday, and this morning I was like, right, that's it. Halloween's over.
It is not over. We have a few more days yet.
So yeah, because we're recording this on the 29th.
29th.
So we've decided to go. Okay, we did a bit of pumpkin carving today.
We did.
And that was fun, and that got me in the Halloween mood.
We did indeed. It took you an hour and a half, and you know what? I think for your first attempt, and it was such a big pumpkin, you did really, really
I've
well.
never carved a pumpkin before in my life.
And it blew your mind.
And you should see it, it's majestic. But we watched Hocus Pocus at the same time.
We did.
You are in the camp that, Hocus Pocus, you're going to watch Hocus Pocus around this time of the year.
Yeah.
I've never seen Hocus Pocus all the way through before.
Okay.
I've got a question.
Yes.
What's the deal?
In what way?
Why does everyone like this film?
I think it's because the aesthetic of it is so autumnal. It's
Say what?
autumnal.
Autumnal.
Shut up. If I'm saying that wrong, I apologise.
Autumnal, yeah.
And it's just beautiful to watch at this time of year. And I think it's because it's become a tradition now.
Okay, so you don't think it's a good film?
I do think it's a good film.
I
think it's too long.
It's an hour and a half.
I still think it's too long, though.
Fuck me, it drags.
It does drag in places. And I've always thought that.
Yeah.
But I've always enjoyed it.
This is my first viewing of it all the way through. Now,
You didn't really watch most of it, though, because you were too busy carving your face.
Yeah, but I was having fun doing the carving face. Because the film didn't interest me at all. I didn't want to watch it in the first place.
Maybe that's why, because you didn't want to watch it anyway.
As soon as we put it on, I was like, okay, this reeks of straight to DVD.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case with... I think it's similar to the Whitney Houston Cinderella.
I get what you mean.
Or a High School Musical, where it's just like, what they're doing it for? What's the point?
I kind of get that, but then if you've seen Halloween Town on Disney Channel, that is like a High School Musical film.
I'm going to go ahead and assume that has the same director as this.
I don't know, actually, but Halloween Town has some really cool concepts and ideas. But you can tell it's made for like a made-for-TV movie.
Yeah.
This has elements of that, but also of going straight to video. Is that a higher calibre than TV movie? I don't know.
Going straight to... I don't know, because back in the 90s, a lot of stuff went straight to video.
Did this get a theatrical release?
I don't know. I will have a look.
It's become like a cult favourite over the years. I mean, that's why we're only just getting the sequel.
Oh, no, it did. They got a bit, yeah. £28 million budget, which, to be fair, it uses it well.
Yeah.
It didn't gross much. It bombed, basically.
Yeah.
But I think the thing is with spooky stuff, you sort of find it and then you latch onto it.
Yeah, I'd say it's part of people's tradition now. I mean, every year, you see it on Facebook, you kind of see it all over social media. People have set films they watch in October to get ready, like that countdown to Halloween, and this is on everyone, I'd probably say.
Not mine!
Not yours, but I think for most people, Hocus Pocus is seen as like the quintessential Halloween movie.
I get it. I get it. I see the appeal.
Yeah.
It's not for me.
Why isn't it for you? What is it you don't like about it?
I just couldn't get into it. I mean, because it reeks of the 90s.
Oh, it does, yeah.
Like, it reeks. Like, at some point, I didn't know where the two bullies, I forget their name, one of them's called Ice.
Oh, yeah.
They were a bit of a caricature, but they felt very, whoa, we did totally tubular. Yeah. But I didn't know whether they were taking the piss or that was genuinely their dialogue.
I don't know, because obviously we're kids of the 90s. I don't know anyone who used to speak like that.
Well, we were like, I was like 3 years old when this came out.
But even then, I don't know anybody who would have spoken like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen old family videos and bits and pieces and stuff. Anyone who was a teenager, no one spoke like that.
It's America, though, isn't it? It's America.
It's an American thing.
It didn't quite live up to... Okay, we watched Casper recently.
Yeah.
Casper is a film where it has the sort of Halloween feel to it.
Yeah.
And the big sets and stuff like that. And like hair and makeup and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And it does it well. But that feels like a movie. This doesn't feel like a movie.
Watching it tonight with you, I got that.
Yeah.
Usually I didn't. Probably because I now watch movies with Mr. Cynical, you yourself.
Hello!
Hello! And you unpick everything. But I've always found something to like in it. Now I'm watching it thinking, this feels a bit straight to DVD.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just spoil the things I did like in this.
Okay.
There's not many things.
Wow.
I do like the costume, the hair and makeup.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's spectacular. Obviously, it's quite iconic with the Winifred wig. The Sanderson sisters themselves look pretty great.
Yeah, they're iconic, aren't they?
And if you were to go, okay, I need to be dressed as a witch, this is your go-to witch.
Yeah.
I think it really nails it in that sense.
I agree.
I would also argue that the three ladies playing the witches, Mrs. Midler, Mrs. Jessica, Mrs. Parker, and Mrs. Najimy?
I can't
Kathleen
think of it.
Najimy, yeah. I think they're really good in this.
Yeah, they're selling this.
They're doing the best they can, but that's where it ends for me.
Okay, so what did you think to the other character designs? I mean, did you not like what...
Billy Butcherson, he was great.
Yeah, but I'd say he was pretty awesome.
But I love me some Doug Jones.
I love me some Doug Jones, to be fair. He always understands what's asked of him.
Yeah, so those three things I like. Mm-hmm. The rest of it, nah. It not for me.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It feels dialed down. I don't know much about witches. I have seen The Witch. Mm-hmm. The Vivitch.
The Vivitch.
Some bits were like, oh, they must have done a bit of research.
Yeah.
So, credit to them for that hard work.
Mm-hmm.
But nah.
Nah, it doesn't do anything for you. And I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But you're incorrect.
I know I'm in the minority here.
You are in the minority.
Yeah.
This is a gent who doesn't like Disney's Robin Hood.
Yeah.
So you are in the minority.
I think that Robin Hood's absolute trash.
Well, you're absolutely wrong.
I think it's trash.
So no one trusts James's opinion on anything, ever.
We did watch... Okay, quick review of the... You made me watch the Ichabod Crane short on Disney+. Plus.
Oh, yeah, the animated short.
The Sleepy Hollow thing, yeah.
Yeah.
That was good.
Okay.
That got me in the Halloween mood. And then you're like, okay, Hocus Pocus time. Sucked the life right out of me.
No, it didn't, because she was pumpkin picking.
It was
Not pumpkin picking, just pumpkin carving.
Yeah, but it didn't hit for me.
I know exactly what you mean. I'm the same in that way. I always find, even though it's a completely different podcast, I always find the Ichabod Crane short always gets me in the Halloween mood.
Right.
Always, without fail. And I think it's Bing Crosby's voice that does it.
Okay.
But he also gets me into the Christmas mood. He's just a festive kind of guy.
Quick thing. Okay, what's it called? The something of Ichabod Crane.
The Tales of Ichabod Crane.
Yeah, better than Space Jam.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's better than Space Jam. Watch that instead of
Watch
this.
that. Watch that, guys. If you've not, because it's good.
Why do you think people have latched onto it?
This.
Hocus Pocus. Honky Ponky.
I think again, it's because parents have gone, oh, let's put something on for our kids, or when you're scrolling through thinking of films to get you in the Halloween mood. This is like one of the only ones I think I really used to initially think about. Maybe out of a top 10, this would always feature within a top 10. Like, other than this, The Addams Family, Coraline's pretty recent. What else would you say? Ghostbusters. What else are Halloween like films you immediately think of?
For kids, you think, well, it sort of falls in that. I do like how it's a bit of a gateway to a more horror, because there's like Evil Book. I imagine, a kid who watches this would then go, okay, witches are cool. Witches are popular these days.
Yeah.
It's fine. Cool.
We love that.
Yeah.
I read tarot myself, guys. It's just put that out there. How dare you hate on it? Because you were one of the first ones when I was reading them in the change rooms going, do me next.
Yeah, I've never had one before. I'm not sure how accurate it was.
It was very accurate.
It said you pulled the biscuits.
I pulled the Biscuits And Blurays.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But I see how it's a gateway.
I think as well, every year, all the supermarkets used to bring this back out again. And they used to put it in their checkouts. So families again and people thinking, oh, what do I watch tonight? I've got all my snacks and stuff. Oh, there's Hocus Pocus.
There's Honky Ponky.
So they were picking it up. So I think that's also why. It's again the same as Christmas movies. They're brought out every year.
Yeah.
So every time it's getting a new audience.
When I worked at HMV around Christmas, we always used to have to push the Home Alone collection.
Yeah.
And then, like, working at where I work now, you see a lot of those collections being traded in.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're being traded in at the right time.
But they're going to buy them again.
Exactly.
So, well, maybe not on streaming, but whatever. So, what's the plot of this Honky Ponky movie?
Okay, so we start out where it's kind of like in the Middle Ages kind of time, and we start off in Salem, and we hear Sarah Sanderson being all creepy. We hear like a crazy music, don't we, in the background?
For those who don't know what Salem means to witches, a little bit of background would be...
Oh yeah, so most people that think anything about witches will know about the Salem witch trials. Where we had the kind of a witch mania, didn't we? It was kind of all across the globe, wasn't it?
Do you think that's what they call it? Do you think they called it Witch
Mania?
Welcome to Witch Mania!
Welcome to Witch Mania, guys.
Yeah.
Who's a witch? But it was really known for being really sensationalised in Salem.
Yeah.
So they based it there, basically.
Okay.
Even though what the Sanderson sisters are relate nothing to what went on during the Salem witch trials. That's something completely separate.
Okay.
They just based it there, I think. Because people have heard of it.
Do you think that Salem, as a town, just hates women and just would point the finger and be like, oh, you're a witch then?
No, there's something. There's more to it. I think it's to do with things like the girls who were accusing each other and stuff. I think some of them were hallucinating and stuff like that.
How?
We're in a different podcast, guys.
No, okay, no. I mean, it should have weight to it. It doesn't really explain Honky Ponky. It doesn't really explain any background of like the town of Salem and stuff. But each of these witches has a certain power that witches would have. Mrs. Sarah Jessica Parker.
She lures them in, doesn't she? She's got like a siren voice.
She's like, "You come to me. I got the little
is
song."
that what she sings?
I got you. Well, you've got the verse.
The witch's
on a
verse. Yeah, come little children.
Yeah, so you've got that on a. Would you like to live deliciously?
That's what the devil says in The Vivitch.
Black Phillip. That's if you want a good witch film.
But you wouldn't make children watch The Witch, would you?
I beg to differ.
Again, this is gateway stuff. This is what families can watch this together.
I did mistake this one for The Witches.
I can see how.
Because I've seen The Witches. I quite like The Witches.
I never did like The Witches.
Really?
No.
Angelica Huston.
Huston?
Yeah. And, turns them into mice and the cute little animatronic mice.
No, I never liked that one. It's because The Witches actually seemed scary in that. I liked this one because we're having more fun with it. I like my witches having fun. Okay. And being badass and saying, yeah, we're evil, but we're having fun.
This is directed by Kenny Ortega. He is a tramp.
Right.
He's a tramp when it comes to quality. I'm sorry. He's just done the High School Musical movies.
The High School Musical movies do seem cheap.
Yes. But again, they were made for television.
They were made for television.
The first two were made for television, yeah.
Yeah.
But he also directed... I don't know if you've seen it. Do you remember when Michael Jackson was going to tour?
Yes.
He was directing his show.
Right.
And then obviously Michael Jackson died. So there was that film that came out.
Stuff,
this is it. Yeah.
This is me. He did The Greatest Showman, guys.
He's got a spark when it comes to sort of creating a show. Yeah. He's a good showman. Yeah. I don't think he's a good director. And I would like to point to a little bit where I think it really shines. There's a bit where the Sanderson sisters have got off a bus and they're like, "What's a bus?" Brr! It's funny. It's a very good fish out of water comedy. Yeah. But they get off the bus and then there's just people running around and it feels like the three actors are just making it up on the spot. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, there's no sense of you have to go move here, you have to move here because of the camera. Do this because your character would do that. It's literally just like the camera's here, it's panning, just you three
just
walk.
do what you want.
Yeah. That's what I get from it.
Okay, that's why it feels sometimes a bit made for TV movie to me, because that's sort of things, shots you expect to see from those sort of things.
Yeah, and I think
they don't have the money for as much editing, so they just put it's all in one shot.
As good as the three Sanderson sisters are, I think they are quite difficult to direct because they're having so much of a good time. A good director would go, maybe pull that back a little bit, maybe do something else, but he's got sort of going, okay, Mrs. Midler, do what you want. Yeah. He did this with Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson basically was just directing it. And he was like, yep, that's good. He's a good yes man. Yeah. Kenny Ortega. That's what I have to say about that.
I see.
Sanderson's...
Oh, yeah. So we start off here in Salem. And it starts off with Thackeray Binks finding out that his sister's gone missing. Yeah. And we see that's a great shot when they go, look, they conjure. And you see like the woods. The woods. And then the kind of like the weird smoke. It's shots like that make this seem so... spooky.
I see what you mean.
Do you know what I mean? It gets you in the autumn spirit, and so he then chases where she's gone, and he comes across their little cottage in the woods, which is actually quite cute from the outside.
Do you like it? Do you?
From the outside, it's quite cute.
Okay.
But inside, not so cute. No.
Has Macbeth got anything to do with this?
some of what they're saying, like the rhymes and stuff. I think even now, there are people who use the Macbeth. Macbeth rhyming.
If you get witches, hubble bubble, toil and trouble.
It always tends to be 3, doesn't there?
Something. Yeah, there's always 3.
Yeah.
Atomic Kitten. Witches?
Ah!
Are they witches?
Yes.
Okay, good. But yeah, I think those 3 are having fun together. And I think they're quite likeable.
Oh, I think they are as well.
Midler's selling it.
She's having so much fun with that, and you can really tell.
Yeah. Oh no! Bette Midler. Right?
You are right.
Yeah, cool. Who's your favourite of the Sandersons?
Oh, Sarah.
Why?
Because she's sexy.
Oh. Well, she's a bit randy in this.
She spends the entire film wanting the D.
She wants sex and the witchy. No.
The witchy?
I was trying to make a Sex in the City joke.
Sex in the witchy.
Sex in the witchy.
Oh my.
Woo! Anyway, so Thackeray Binks' sister's gone a bit... Well, is dead, is killed.
Yeah, so she's killed by the witches. They suck her life force out.
Yeah, they do.
to make themselves young and beautiful.
Nice.
And we do. We see that their makeup changes. They become slightly younger by sucking her life force out. And it's like, we've just seen a child die on screen. And there's nothing said about that.
Not really.
They just dance around her while she's dead.
Yeah, but I think because they're playing it a bit pantomime, it's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If this was a serious film, if this was The Witch, which is the better film, then...
We'd see it all.
We'd see it all. Kid would have been hacked to pieces, probably.
Indeed, but this is Disney, so we do not get that.
No.
So Thackeray attacks them and ends up losing quite badly.
Yeah.
Turned into a black cat.
Yeah. His punishment for disrupting them, I guess.
Yeah, because I think...
But, what's the punishment, though? Because they did what they needed to do. Thackeray Binks...
No, he kicked over their potion.
Oh.
So it means they got to make more.
Oh.
So, and he called them hags as well. So he's like, I'll show you that. You know what? Fuck you.
So his punishment for this is to be turned into a cat.
Into a black cat to live forever.
Yeah, so this cat cannot die.
No, he's got to live forever with the guilt. Because they really push it on him and say it's your fault your sister died. It's not his fault.
No.
She was lured out by the witches and then killed by them.
Yeah.
It wasn't his fault.
She got sucked off by the witches.
She got sucked up by the witches. I mean, he tried to fight them, but he didn't win because they were too powerful. It's not his fault.
So he sort of sticks around the cottage and waits for the town gets them. The town gets the Sandersons.
Yeah, it gets them, and as they're about to hang again, very dark for an early.
I thought it was quite dark.
For a Disney movie.
Yeah.
The book of the dead, book of evil, whatever
It's not the Book of the Dead.
It's the book of the dead that Winnie has drops on the floor, and it changes, and we see a spell, and she shouts out a spell that a virgin has got to light a black flame candle in their cabin.
Yeah.
And they'll come back on Halloween night.
Okay. Skip ahead many centuries.
300 years.
300 years. And it's 1993. Mm-hmm. Good year. Lots happening in 93.
I know, I would have been 2.
Jurassic Park was released in this year.
Wow.
Could have watched that instead.
But we didn't, because
We
this
had
is
to
what
watch-
you wanted to do.
I didn't want to honky ponky.
Yes, you did.
Okay, fine. So there's a kid whose name is
Max,
and he's got a friend in school, and her name is
No, he fancies a girl in school called
Alison. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I listened to some of this. That felt very Casper.
It did, didn't it? Yeah.
Casper's a better film than this.
I do like Casper, but I've got a bit more of a love for this.
Really?
Both films drag for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Casper as well?
Yeah.
His last name's McFadden.
That blew your mind, didn't it?
Can't believe that. That's rocked my world.
Wow.
Mm.
But no, so Max is an unbeliever of Halloween.
Unbelievable.
Other stories. Alison is. It's kind of implied that she's a bit of a white witch herself later on in the film.
He's like, whoa.
But he's really pissed off because he's had to move from California to this little backward town where everyone's believing in all these silly stories. To him, anyway.
The nun from the Blues Brothers is in this movie. She's the teacher.
And we love to see her.
And yeah, I've genuinely never seen her in anything else. So it's good to see she's still getting work in 93.
In 93.
So yeah, everyone's sort of like, well, it would be though if you're in Salem, and this is their history. This is.
I mean, it was filmed in Salem as well.
Yeah, and I think that has some sort of level of authenticity to it.
Yeah, because I've seen people now go to Salem to go and see all the movie sets. Like, oh, that was Alison's house.
I don't think that's what they do.
They do.
But to see, so they're more bothered about the film Honky Ponky.
Yeah, I'm in an autumn group on Facebook because I'm that sad because I love autumn that much. And people, every single year, there's loads of pictures up that people bought where they've gone purposefully over to America for the season to go and see all the different things.
Not because of the actual Salem witch trials, but because of the...
Hocus Pocus. Maybe a bit of both, but they go and see all the Hocus Pocus sets. Because I don't think you will quite understand, James, just how much people love this film.
That kind of makes an injustice to any of the actual witches that were trialed and killed.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to see this Bette Midler film.
I mean, I think they're probably interested in it as well. But it's like people get engaged, in Salem.
In Salem?
Yeah.
Salem is the cat from Sabrina.
It is,
yeah. Yeah, okay, good. It all connects.
All connects
Witches.
together.
Yeah, it's nice. Thora Birch is in this. She's a little child.
She is, but not before Max gets accosted on his way home by two idiotic bullies.
Okay, now these people felt very bulk in the skull, where it's like, okay, you're annoying. Were they the comic relief?
And they're supposed to be the comic relief because they're so stupid, aren't they?
Yeah, but I don't know whether it wasn't funny.
It wasn't funny, nor is it needed, because they hardly appear in it. They don't add anything to the plot. They don't move it along or anything like that. All it does is make Max more irritated that he lives there.
Yeah.
But he's irritated anyway. It wouldn't matter.
And now he doesn't have any shoes because they're like, whoa, give us your shoes, man.
It's just stupid. They could have been cut from this film and it would not have mattered.
Most of this film could have been cut from this film.
Shut up.
So, I said what I said. They go to the cottage in the woods.
You're missing out loads.
Jesus, I was not paying attention.
You was not, no. So Max gets home and he's dreaming about the girl that he fancies in class, Alison, and being all creepy.
When was this?
Rubbing up against
what was I doing when this was on?
You were hacking away at that pumpkin, babe.
Yes, I was.
Then we meet his little sister Danny, and they start fighting because he's been made to take her out trick or treating and he don't want to.
Yeah.
But eventually he does. He takes her out trick or treating, and they end up at Alison's house. And her family are having like a weird eyes wide shut sort of party.
Okay.
They were like a weird masquerade ball. Yeah.
I don't think that's the sort of thing that's going on.
I think it's exactly what's
Do you
going on.
think that's what it is?
Exactly what's going on.
Wow.
To be honest, I loved the dress that Alison wore in that scene. I wanted it when I was younger.
Okay. Did you ever get it?
No.
Why not?
Hopefully the costume I get in Cinderella will look like that.
We're doing a show with Cinderella, guys. Get your tickets now.
Yeah.
And they said we don't push the show.
We don't push the show enough. We do.
Ah, it's on the podcast.
So yeah, so Alison is like, oh, okay, my family used to run the museum of the Sanderson sisters.
Museum. It's a museum now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Max tries to look all big and hard in front of Alison. Oh yeah, let's go back. Let's go and see if it's still scary. Make me a believer. So that's how they end up back in the cabin.
Okay. Doesn't really go to plan. As luck would have it, the Sandersons come back somehow, and I skipped that bit as well.
Yeah, so Max is showing off to Alison, trying to impress her.
Fucking, he's living life to the max.
And he lights the black flame candle.
Because he's a virgin. Okay, one thing. This film goes a bit too virgin.
Heavy.
You're a virgin. Like, I get it, but why is it in here?
I don't. Maybe was it a more wholesome time in the 90s where people would not have cared that was the connotation? Because growing up, I wouldn't have known that a virgin was someone who didn't have sex or hadn't had sex before.
Okay. Sure.
I don't know. I wonder what other people's thoughts were watching it the first time.
Mummy, she said virgin. What does virgin mean?
What's virgin mean?
Means he's not fucked.
I'm one. Can I bring them back?
No. Anyway, yeah. So he lights the flame, and the Sandersons come back. Bette Midler, Catherine the Jimmy, and Sarah, Jessica, and Parker. So it's funny every time. They're good coming back, aren't they?
I think they're great coming back.
Yeah.
It gives the film another inject that it needs of witchy goodness because it stalled a little bit during that time. This film's best when they're in it.
Yeah, absolutely. But sometimes it sucks when they're in it. So
sometimes it does, but the film is made by them, so they come back and they find out that the kids are in the cabin. And they manage to sick out Danny. Yeah,
they want to brew some more of this potion to get that spell going that they did that 300 years ago.
Indeed, but Max tricks them by using the sprinklers.
Yes, because there are sprinklers in this cabin.
Why is that, James?
Because it's a museum now.
Exactly, because I was really confused watching it. And that's because it was hacking away to fucking pumpkin.
I can't multitask.
Evidently.
I had a sharp knife in my hand. It was either stab myself in the fingers or sit down and watch Honky Ponky. And I know which one I'd rather do.
Wow.
This film's shit. But Zachary Binks is alive.
Yes, so Zachary tells them off, and you straight away, as soon as you saw him come on screen,
Okay,
and start talking, you were like, ugh.
well, first of all, he appears, and I was like, because you had a cat named Binks, or you have a cat named Binks?
Yeah,
Yes.
it lives with my sister now.
So he's still alive, probably guarding the thing for all eternity.
He is, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I saw him once. He scratched me.
You've seen him a few times actually now.
I've seen him once.
You've seen him a few times.
Pretty sure I've seen him once.
Seen him a few times.
He scratched me.
Wow.
Was he a man in disguise?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Good. So, yeah. So when he appeared, I thought, oh, this is a big deal, because I know how important Binks is to you. Zachary
Yeah.
Binks and Jar Jar.
No, not Jar Jar.
So, but then that is the worst visual effect.
It's not the worst visual effect.
It's not the worst visual effect I've ever
I
seen.
mean, we've watched Howard the Duck this year.
That's a good point, and that was better than this.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
It was scarier than this.
No, it was scarier, but
Yeah.
that's because we saw duck boobs.
Duck boobs!
No.
I didn't like that effect. It was quite jarring.
It is quite jarring, even from someone watching it way back when.
I was
jarring then.
I think I was expecting, because when I picture Hocus Pocus, I haven't seen it before, but when I picture it, I picture the witches from this,
Hocus Pocus.
and then the witches from a few of the witches from the witches, because I thought, oh, isn't one of them still alive at the end? No, that's from the witches. And then I imagined the cat to look like the Sabrina cat.
But he's a puppet.
He's a puppet. That's what I thought this was going to do. I didn't think it was going to be absolute trash.
It's an absolute trash.
Some shots it does look okay.
Yeah, I wonder how they filmed it, if they had certain puppets for him and then a real cat and then whatever. Because some shots look like a real cat.
I think some shots are a real cat, but it feels like they've sort of rubbed out the cat's face and then just put on this...
A man's face.
Not a man's face, but like two eyes and a talking mouth.
It's still better than the CGI we get in the Cats film, though.
You're right there. You've got a point. He's an interesting character, Zachary Binks.
Oh, I love Zachary Binks. He's full of sass.
Do you think?
Nice going, Max. Yeah, he is.
Oh, whoa. God. Too much levels of sass where he says nice.
He's just a
going.
sassy cat. He has a lot of like backwards and forwards with Max.
Yeah. I don't know what happens from here.
So the Sandy sisters follow them, and then we get the bus scene.
Yeah, that was weird. They get on the bus and there's like, where would you ladies like to go to? It's like, we need children. And then the bus driver's like, well, it'll take me a few goes, but
I can see what
I can do. This is a kids movie. Calm down.
And then he's got Sarah on his knee a bit later on.
Yeah, that was fun.
She just wants dick. That's all she wants.
Sure.
So then they get off because they smell children.
Yeah.
And they find that obviously all the streets are just full of trick-or-treaters and they're all in costume. And that surprises them because they're not used to seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, where's all the children? We see them. We can
smell them. We can't see them. Yeah.
But you don't get any children walking around in fucking carrier bags.
Well, I don't know what. What do you mean?
You know, like, did you ever go out trick-or-treating as a child?
No.
You didn't?
No.
I
I went once as Peter Pan.
Oh, wow.
I was 15.
Well, what? Why was you 15?
I was 15. We all went trick-or-treating.
Yeah, that was way too old to be trick-or-treating, babe.
It was even older to be dressed up as fucking Peter Pan.
Oh, wow.
I think I had the costume anyway.
Oh, what do you mean you already have the costume?
Everyone's got a Peter Pan costume. What are you talking about?
I'm really scared now.
I'm wearing it right now.
Oh my god. I'm really scared I'm going to find some like green tights somewhere in the house.
I'm wearing it right now.
For anyone listening, James is not wearing his Peter Pan costume right now.
Don't spoil the illusion!
No!
So, yeah, but there's a weird scene where they knock on someone's door, and they're like, trick or treat! And then it's a guy dressed as Satan.
It's Gary Marshall.
I don't know who Gary Marshall
He's
is.
a director.
What do you mean he's a director?
He's a director.
What did he direct? 'Cause
The Princess Diaries. But going back,
yeah.
I went out trick-or-treating as a child in the 90s with a black bin bag round me neck and just some crap face paint on and like a £2 witch's hat. There was no children that looked like that. Every child seemed to be in like a full fancy dress.
Okay, fine, it was Gary Marshall.
Oh, he did Overboard as well. Beaches. Oh, so he's worked with Midler before then.
Yeah.
Oh, he's done loads.
Okay.
And
okay.
how dare you?
I know.
I thought you knew shit.
I know stuff, but I don't know stuff about stuff I don't care about.
You've never seen proper rom-coms then, babe.
No. I don't care who's got mail, and I'm not Sleepless in Seattle.
Oh my god.
Okay? Leave me alone!
Yeah, so that's what I didn't understand, is that you don't get any kids walking around in like £1 supermarket headwear.
This is Salem. This is the town of Salem.
Yeah, but you're still going to have families where it was like, I can't really be too arsed, and stick a headband on and off I go.
If you live in Salem where Halloween is your lifeblood.
Is it?
Yeah, I imagine so. I imagine they make a big deal out of it.
But like every child is the same.
If you go to the hub of Halloween...
Hub at Halloween?
You know what I mean? It's like going to the North Pole and then being like, oh, why is no one dressed as like a shit Santa? It's because that's where Santa lives. Do you know what I mean?
No, I get it.
Yeah. So this scene's weird, and it feels like filler.
It does feel like filler.
Which is weird for an hour-and-a-half film.
Yeah.
That's got so much filler.
So they end up in the house of Gary Marshall dressed as a devil and his wife, because they think it's the actual devil.
Yeah, the Sanderson sisters
They were like, Master!
Yeah. Sarah, Jessica and Parker are wanting to
do the deal
with him. I don't know what that's about. But his wife's sort of like...
chases him out the house. Why he invites them in anyway, I don't know.
Yeah, kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah, why would you invite 3 random women into your house?
Has he been doing this with all the kids then?
Oh, I hope not.
Oh, Gary.
That's implied.
Gary Marshall, no.
It's very strange.
He's in a league of his own though, isn't he?
He is indeed.
He directed it.
I know.
Yeah, cool. That's a good joke. Yeah, that feels like filler. And then because that was filler for like 10 minutes, I was like, this is fucking boring.
That's boring for me as well, to be fair. It picks up a little bit again when the kids end up at the dance.
At the dance. There's a big prom Halloween dance.
No, it's a town hall dance, isn't it, with all the adults?
Yeah, so, which is, again, like, it's the hub of Halloween. The adults are having fun as well.
Yeah.
Parents can have fun, Jade.
They can have fun.
So... yeah, there's a big dance, and the mum's dressed as Madonna. And,
she's very sexy.
Yeah, and the dad's dressed as Dadgula.
That's how you look in your pyjamas.
I don't know what that sentence means.
Yeah, you do.
What pyjamas?
He wears a smile to bed.
This is my Peter Pan uniform. What are you talking about pyjamas? Uniform. So... yeah, so they're like, oh, you've got to get out of here because the Sandersons are after us, but the parents don't believe them or something.
No, they don't believe them.
So but the Sandersons rock up at the Halloween party.
Yeah.
Uninvited.
They are
terrible security for a...
It is, and they're already in costume though, so they probably thought, you know what, they look banging, and they just, because they start singing straight away, everyone believed Max is full of shit.
Well, there's a band there playing songs. I think one of the songs they do is Witchcraft.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is Frank Sinatra, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we get it.
Mm-hmm.
The film's about witches. You got to put witchcraft in there.
Of course, and then the song that their big musical number is "I Put a Spell on You."
I have seen this section before. That I put a spell on you, and I always remember it being better.
I know what you mean.
Do you know?
With more viewings, I've thought it's not as good.
I always thought that Bette Midler really had her moment to shine. It's Bette Midler, for Christ's sake.
But maybe because you're watching it with all lights on while you're scrubbing a pumpkin, maybe it hits differently.
Yeah. I thought it was longer, and I thought she actually put effort in.
Yes, this is amazing. I love this bit.
Yeah, but Midler can do this sort of shit in her sleep.
Oh, she can, yeah, and she's loving every moment.
The other four.
4?
Yeah, Kathleen and Jimmy, Sarah, Jessica, and Parker.
Oh.
They're doing backup vocals. Mm-hmm. That seems well rehearsed. How did they know this song?
They just do.
What do you mean?
It's a power that they have. All witches can do it.
All witches know the song lyrics to "I've Put a Spell on You."
Yeah, it's our anthem.
Okay, sure. If for those listening, Jade just raised her hand in a Breakfast Club manner. Yeah, I think this is the highlight of the film.
Oh yeah, I would agree. I think this is where it gets to like its peak. From there, it starts to peter off for me.
It really does.
We get the stupid filler bit in the school, which is the next scenes, which is where they try and trick the sisters into... well, they try to kill them, basically.
Yeah.
So, for some unknown reason, Max and Alison and Danny managed to get into the school. How do you break into a school like that?
Everyone's been doing it recently.
He's in the principal's office, going through the tannoy. Everyone's permanent records would be in that office. How did he get in there?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, I feel like in a lot of stuff we've watched recently, people can just sneak into their school.
It's stupid.
It's fine.
They end up in a bloody kiln, don't they? Where the pottery...
Get out of the bloody kiln!
They get tricked going into there. They shut the door on them and they burn. Burn the witch.
Burn the witch. Oh, because of the Salem witch trials. It's good, isn't it? Kilns don't get that hot though.
I don't know. I've never really thought about it.
They're warm, but they're not like a furnace. Yeah, I think they were thinking, oh, it's going to look like Terminator 2. You know, when he melts into it.
How many schools had one of those though?
We had one. We had a kiln.
Really?
Yeah.
What school did I go to then?
A kilnless one.
Oh my god. We get like a fake. Oh, they've gone. We're safe. That's all good. Mm-hmm. Thackeray's still a cat.
Yeah.
So they all go to Max's house.
And at this point, it's like what?
It's 3 in the morning. All the adults are still in
Hang
the
on.
town.
So it's 3. Oh, it's sunrise, isn't it?
Yeah.
They have to be. Yeah.
Yeah. So they go back and they start to relax and chill out.
Yep.
And they fall asleep.
Mm.
The witches make it out of the kiln.
Of course. Kilns are very easy to get out of.
Because it's finished its cycle, whatever.
Yeah.
And they end up back at the cabin because they need the book to complete the ritual.
Book! That got old.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Then they just decide, oh, that's it. We're not going to win now. However, Max and Danny wake up, feel sorry for still being trapped as a cat, and decide to open the book. The moment they open the book, it discloses its location.
One person we haven't spoken about is Billy Butcherson, who has been tasked with... Billy Butcherson is a zombie-esque character.
He's a zombie.
Sure. I'd say zombie-esque.
Just because he doesn't eat people, that's why.
Yeah. So zombie-esque.
No, but zombies don't have to eat people. Zombies are just the reanimated dead.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Keeping that pause in. That was great.
No, the zombies is the reanimated dead.
If you Googled zombie right now, I think it would say, and they eat brains.
They don't eat people necessarily. They are the reanimated dead. That's a zombie. If you say someone's acting like a zombie, they're not eating someone, are they?
So if I die, and then I'm brought back to life with one of those clear machines, am I then technically a zombie?
Yes.
What?
Well, you're still dead, but you're reanimated.
Yeah, So
Yeah.
I would be a zombie.
Yeah, you are.
Wow.
Bye, babe. Nice knowing you.
What do you mean by?
You're a zombie.
Leave me alone.
But we get a really good line in this when she goes over to the window.
Uh-huh.
She goes, "Take me to the window. I want to say goodbye."
Yeah. Fly on the wall, look in our relationship. I sleep like that. I sleep like a dying...
Basically, James sleeps like a Victorian husband dying of the flu. He's on his back, his arms are all like crooked around his face and on his chest, mouth wide open. You're usually sweating. I look over and I'm like, oh, look at him.
Yeah.
He literally looks like, take me to the garden one last time.
You know what? I'm not going to sit and take this because I'm dead comfortable.
Yeah, and I've taken photographic evidence that it does exist. So I showed you and you were like, ugh.
I was like, wow, I look like I'm actually dying. But Billy Butcherson is Doug Jones in this, right?
Yes.
Or Doug Jones is Billy Butcherson.
Yes.
He's got his lips sort of
Sewn
sewn together. That's good hair and makeup for Doug Jones. But I feel like if you get him, you're going to make him look good.
Oh, he looks great. I love his makeup in this.
Yeah, I like his hair.
He's basically just been following them around the different places. And he never really does anything, like when he catches up
But
to
the Sandersons have tasked him with finding Max, Allison and Thora Birch.
Mm-hmm.
Danny?
Yeah.
And, you know, he's sort of like the snail that's always after you.
Yeah, but he never quite gets... He only really kind of sees them once, doesn't he, after the graveyard scene, because they can't get into the graveyard because they're not allowed to go on hallowed ground.
Hallowed ground.
So that's why she sends him.
He sort of catches them, though.
At the party, and that's it. You don't patch him again.
No, but he catches them later, and then everyone's like, oh no, it's a zombie. And then he takes the key or something, or a key?
But you jumped a bit.
What if I jumped?
So they open the book. When Winnie goes to go to the garden one last time, she spots that the book's obviously alerted its location. So they go to Max and Danny's house and they abduct Danny.
Right.
So that's how they end up back in the graveyard again.
Yeah.
Well, they don't end up back in the graveyard. They end up back at the cottage again.
Yeah.
Billy's still off doing God knows what during that scene.
Billy!
We don't know what he's doing.
It sort of culminates in a big, I want to say fight scene, but it's quite...
We've got all sorts of other crap filler as well that happens in between this. We get the bullies ending up like insulting the witches, so they get locked in like cages in the cabin. We get the Come Little Children song, which is
a vibe.
It's a vibe because Sarah looks amazing.
Yeah, and
but
then
it
it
just drags it out.
It sort of just fizzles out after that.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel. It never feels exciting. It never feels like anything's at stake.
It does a bit more towards the end.
Do you think?
But I think that particular bit, I think it just drags a little bit.
Yeah.
And then eventually when they get back to the cottage and they decide they're making the potion again, the stakes start to go up a little bit more. Because then Max gets in, he breaks out, gets Danny again.
Mm-hmm.
Gets his shoes back.
He gets his birch back.
And then they end up in the graveyard because they've decided, you know what, I want to make sure these witches are gone for good.
Mm-hmm.
And then we find out that Billy is a good zombie.
He actually hates Bette Midler, Doug Jones. In real life.
Does he?
Oh, I don't know.
Why would you say that?
IMDb. Doug Jones randomly hates Bette Midler.
Don't say things like that.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's
Yeah.
not working for the good guys, but he's not a villain, basically.
No,
Yeah, that's the end of that.
that's the end.
So why is he there?
I think he was just basically there for when they initially went into the graveyard to help catch them because the witches couldn't step foot there. That was it. That's all he was used for. And then as soon as they left, it don't make any difference.
He doesn't do anything anyway.
It doesn't. And the only time he ever really appears out of the graveyard is at the dance.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And he's only in it for like 2 seconds.
Nah, not the one.
Yeah, he's underused. They could have done more with him.
Yeah, I agree. Bette Midler is turned to stone.
Not straight away.
Well, she's on solid ground.
Well, she doesn't, because she first tries to take Danny away.
Mm-hmm.
She's holding the potion. Binks knocks it out around, and Max decides to drink it.
She throws Binks across the fucking room.
She yeets him across that graveyard.
Yeah, and that cat is dead. Like, he dies then, right?
He's close to death. He's recovering.
No, he dies.
Well, he doesn't die straight away because it's still sunlight, isn't it?
Oh, of course,
so it's still nighttime, sorry.
Yeah, this is all as the sun's rising.
Yes, so we get this kind of... Is she good? Because Max has drank the potion then, and when he starts going for him, we get to, is she going to make it? Is she going to suck all his life out? But she doesn't. She ends up having to stand in the graveyard and turns to stone.
Yeah.
Then the other witches all poof around her.
Beg pardon?
Poof.
Poof?
Yeah.
Oh, they like... Yeah. Because they've got unfinished business. That was very Casper.
I like that.
God, Casper's so much better.
It's not so much better.
Anyways, yeah, so it ends... Everyone's everyone's fine.
Yeah, we find out that actually Binks now is allowed to die.
Yeah, and he's like, thank you!
He reunites with Emily!
Emily!
All he's been saying throughout this thing is, Emily!
That's all he's ever wanted, isn't it? Just to save his sister. I thought that was quite nice.
Yeah.
That was good closure for him as a character.
Well, we get two sets, because I said this too, we get 2 sets of brother and sister in this.
Yeah.
The first one, obviously, he doesn't save his sister. The second one does. It's quite nice.
It's quite nice.
Yeah.
But 2 children have died in this, basically.
2 children now dead, yeah.
Yeah. And then it just sort of ends.
It ends with the parents kind of leaving the party, like, we're in the best time.
And then the bullies are still hanging up in the cottage.
As they should be.
Yeah. And then the book opens its eye.
And that's it.
And the film ends. Jesus.
There's a lot of to and froing in this. I think they should have just taken out some of the...
This could have been an hour long.
It could have been shorter. I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
The bits I could have done without. But the bits I do like, I really like.
Okay.
I love the whole beginning segment.
Oh, you do? When it's in, like,
when they're in Salem.
I
love all that, yeah.
I thought it was... Yeah, I think if it did stuck there, that would have been more interesting.
I like most of the first half, other than the stupid witches scene at the Devil House, until after the ball, not the town hall ball thing.
So they still sing I Put a Spell on You.
Yeah, I love that scene, and then it all starts going down a hill for me. Until the final act, it goes up a little bit again, and then it's like, boring.
Is it better than Space Jam?
I think it's still better than Space Jam.
You still think it's better than Space Jam? Okay. Well,
I won't watch Space Jam every year.
You won't?
No.
You will now.
Oh, no.
This fucking sucks. I don't enjoy this film.
To people out there, do you still watch this with nostalgia glasses on?
Do people pull it on and genuinely sit down and enjoy it? Or do people do what we did and have it on in the background for Halloween and therefore associate it with a good time?
I'm like that a little bit now with Harry Potter, especially the first one.
Yeah, the first one's a bit of a slog.
I could sit through the first Harry Potter film, no problems, except for the Quidditch bit, because that bit goes on forever.
What? That's the best bit of the film.
But that was a film I could sit through.
Okay.
I can't anymore. Find it boring. I
find it boring?
Really I can watch it as a background movie.
Mm-hmm.
Later ones, the opposite. I can enjoy those all the way through.
Yeah.
Maybe I've just taken the nostalgia glasses off a little bit.
Okay.
And it's like, oh, actually, I don't know.
So, hang on. So if you'd... okay. Before dating Mr. Cynical, would you have given the... What would you give this out of 5?
It's a 5-star.
5-star?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Hocus Pocus is a 5-star film for
I would
you?
have said so, yeah. It's one of my favourite films.
And what is it after now?
I'm still giving it a 4.
Fuck, they are generous.
Because it still gets me in that spooky mood, like nothing else can.
Like nothing
Other
else
than what
can.
we've just watched, because I was surprised how much I re-loved Ichabod Crane.
Yeah, but that wasn't spooky.
Yeah, but it gets you in the mood.
I think actual Sleepy Hollow gets you spooky.
Oh, I think that does too.
Yeah.
But it's just something really wholesome about the other one.
I do think that everyone does sort of have their Halloween favourite, though. For you, it's this, and for me, it's things like The Exorcist and maybe Evil Dead.
I don't know, Coraline, I think, is that a favourite for you. I mean, that's more of a recent horror favourite for a lot of people.
But I'd never watch Coraline for Halloween.
But if you look now, like, for example, if you were to go to Morrison's now and looked at what is currently being marketed to families,
Yeah.
Coraline will be on that list.
Coraline's
There'll be that, there'll be Scooby-Doo.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
I think Nightmare, then Hocus Pocus, then Scooby-Doo.
I never see Nightmare as a Halloween film.
It's a Christmas film.
I've always seen it as a Christmas
Yeah,
film.
me too.
Yeah.
But then again, he goes... Because he wants to be Christmassy, but then...
But Halloween starts to invade Christmas a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I'm going to put it out there. I don't think Nightmare Before Christmas is that great.
Whoa!
I think it's very mid-film for me.
I agree.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, there's going to be some emo sat there like, but it's my
But
favourite!
it's my life. And do you know what? If you love it, that's great. That's perfect.
Yeah,
But it's just not for me.
I can see the appeal with Hocus Pocus, though. I get it. I can understand why people would like it. Mm-hmm. For me, it ain't that, and it ain't good.
You're
so,
so wrong.
For a better time, Mr. McFadden.
Oh, you think Casper's better?
Yeah, it's because we watched Casper recently. And I think if I'd stuck with Casper, I don't understand why Casper's not in that bracket.
I don't know. Maybe because when people think of, like, Christina Ricci films, they think of the Addams Family.
Yeah. I don't think anyone's desperate to watch... You're not watching Addams Family for Christina Ricci. You're watching it for Wednesday Addams.
But has Casper stuck as a cult favourite like this has?
No. And I
Why
think...
do you think that is?
Oh, well, because his last name is McFadden, probably. You know.
You have just taken that piece of knowledge and just latched onto it.
I fucking love it. If there's anything I've taken from any film I've ever watched, it's that
That's
Casper's
McFadden.
last name is McFadden. And I don't know what to do with it.
What do you think? Is this better than Space Jam?
No, fuck no.
Why?
It's shit.
What score would you give it out of 5?
I would give it 2. I think there's 3 good performances here. 4. Because Doug Jones is good.
Do you think Thora Birch is good?
Sure. I don't know. I never knew Thora Birch was a kid actor. I was like, oh, that's the American Beauty kid.
How do you find her as a child actor? Because often they can be, especially in the 90s, very irritating.
She was my favourite of the kids here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's why she went on to bigger things.
Better things.
Yeah. But here, the only people that really get out of this with any credibility is Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Doug Jones. I think Kathy and the Jimmy is playing it a bit weird. That took some getting used to.
I've always thought that as a fan of this. She plays it odd.
She's got that weird thing going on with her mouth.
Yeah.
And I was like, why are you doing that?
Yeah, that's not a character quirk I'm particularly fond of either.
Yeah. There was a funny bit where Bette Midler slapped her across the face and her lip sort of shifted to one side and then shifted back. But I was, yeah. But there's some good stuff in it, but it really missed the mark for me.
Oh, I'm sad that's where you felt.
I don't think I was ever going to enjoy it, though.
I don't think you were. I think you came in with that idea, and so it lived up to that.
Yeah. Oh, it did. Yeah, big time.
Wow. It said you was just too busy hacking at your pumpkin.
I gotta hack them pumpkins,
in your Peter Pan uniform.
So I am wearing it now, am I?
You were wearing it.
I know there are some people who listen to this podcast who will be keen to know what I think to this. I feel like I've let them down.
You've let everyone down. You've let your mum down. I'm going to ring her later.
But more importantly, I've let myself down.
Yes.
This is a fucking shit film.
No, it's not.
It's not good.
It's not.
So we have to watch this every Halloween?
Yeah.
We have to watch it every Halloween?
It's got to be in our October playlist.
I don't want to see this again.
Well, we're going to have to.
Fuck.
But if we don't watch it next year, we have to watch it year after. So at least every other year.
Every other year. Okay, I can wait 2 years for that.
Okay.
Because Jesus. But that was Honky Ponky.
Hokey Ponky, guys.
Happy spooky season.
Happy spooky season. I hope you've all had a beautiful Halloween.
Hocus Pocus, better than Space Jam. Let us know.
Let us know, guys. And yeah, FYI, it is.
It isn't.
It is.
Who's right here?
I am.
Me. Yeah, but thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed the spooky dooky stuff. I have, genuinely.
I've genuinely really enjoyed it. I've felt like I've really got behind the spooky season mood, and I'm really into the Halloween spirit.
The annoying thing is for me that it's ended on this. Like, if this was first, how would you rate the Halloween films we've watched this year? Of the 4 of the podcast?
For the podcast?
Well, 5, if you could, the both it's.
Chapter 2's the worst one.
Okay.
Easily.
Yeah.
It's crap.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect to The Exorcist.
Did it deliver?
It did deliver.
Okay.
It's mainly it delivered for the performances and the final act for me.
Sure.
Everything else about The Exorcist I thought were a bit boring. But again, I feel like I need to watch it again
Okay, sure.
to really appreciate some of it.
So you'd put Coraline over The Exorcist?
I love Coraline. I think it's perfect.
Yeah, I agree. I think The Exorcist is perfect.
Well, again, I'm going to have to watch it again to really get that.
And you would put this above all of them?
I think it's different. You say, what's a better film and what's pulling at my heartstrings a lot? This is pulling at them more.
You need to... Your nostalgia glasses are too thick.
They are too thick. It's playing...
I'm gonna...
I know what is like the better film to watch.
Yeah.
But this is something I'd watch every year. I won't watch it again for quite a long time.
Okay.
I don't see me watching that next year either.
You need to take those nostalgia glasses off.
I know, but I can't.
You take them off. She's beautiful underneath. This is the bottom of the pile for me. It Chapter 2, then It Chapter 1, then Coraline and Nexus.
Okay.
That's my order of the ones we've done.
I see.
But I've enjoyed doing them.
Fun.
And obviously we've done like The Evil Dead and we've watched things in the meantime as well.
We have, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm keen to do this again next year. 4 different, completely, different.
We have to do
songs.
Sleepy Hollow next year.
I'm thinking Sleepy Hollow next year, but that's a banger.
It is a banger.
Hocus Pocus 2.
Oh.
No.
Even I can't bring myself to want to watch the second one.
Why?
I don't want it spoiling. I like the first one. I've heard too many bad things about the second one. It looks like it's just crap.
That's fair. There's some people are liking that though.
I don't know. I might need to see what people are thinking.
Okay. But thanks for listening, guys. Spooky Dookies.
Ooh, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Yeah, see you next time. Back on the Star Wars train now.
Back on that Star Wars train.
Yes, let's go. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.